Full 10-minute script, optimized for voice, copy and paste. Yo, what's up, everybody? What the fuck did cavemen actually do all day? Seriously, stop for a second and think about it. You probably picture some dumb, hairy dude sitting in a dark cave, scratching his balls, grunting at the wall, and maybe drawing a shitty little stick figure or something. But hell no, that's not even close. These absolute units were the toughest motherfuckers to ever walk this planet. They survived the full-on ice age, hunted giant monsters that could crush your car like a soda can, invented the original no-bullshit survival hustle, and literally fucked and fought their way into creating the entire human race. We're diving deep into over 2.5 million years of pure Paleolithic grind, from smashing rocks into deadly weapons to painting caves that still blow modern artists' minds. No smartphones, no delivery apps, no excuses, just raw, brutal survival every single sunrise. If you're ready to feel like a weak, modern bitch by the end of this, stick with me for the full 10 minutes. Drop an UGG in the comments if you're locked in, and let's fucking go. Alright, first things first, forget every cartoon and bad movie you've seen. Cavemen weren't lazy idiots hiding from dinosaurs, because dinosaurs were extinct millions of years before any of this. Most of these people didn't even live full-time in caves like some constant tourist trap. They built real shelters, man. Massive huts made from huge mammoth bones, stretched animal hides, clever designs that actually kept out the freezing wind better than some of the cheap tents you buy today. These things were engineered like pros, even though they had zero power tools. Daily life was non-stop motion. It was the original hunter-gatherer lifestyle, and it was no joke. The guys, and yeah, sometimes the women too, would head out and track down woolly mammoths, giant bison, wild horses, deer, all kinds of massive animals that could end your whole bloodline with one angry swing. They used sharpened spears, coordinated group attacks, pure courage, and perfect teamwork. Fuck it up even a little and you become lunch for the pack. But land a big kill? The whole group feasts for days. Protein overload. Everyone gets strong. The band keeps rolling. Now the women were absolute legends in their own right. They weren't just sitting around waiting for the men to bring home the bacon. They brought in most of the calories with serious gathering knowledge passed down through generations. Plants, nuts, berries, roots, small animals, fish from the rivers, you name it. They knew exactly which mushrooms would give you visions versus which ones would melt your insides. They processed everything without fridges, without preservatives, smoking meat, drying it out, turning nature into long-lasting food. These humans walk 10 to 20 miles a day sometimes just to find resources. Your little fitness watch would be screaming and dying trying to keep up. And here's something wild. Actual violence between different human groups was surprisingly rare as fuck. Scientists have looked at thousands of ancient skeletons, and before about 20,000 years ago, there's almost no clear evidence of spear wounds or murder from other people. They saved all that energy for fighting off real predators like saber-toothed tigers and cave lions that wanted to eat their kids. Let's talk about their tools, because these early humans were straight-up geniuses with nothing but rocks and time. The oldest stone tools we found go back 3.3 million years. Simple at first, but insanely effective. They hammered and chipped rocks into hand axes, sharp blades, scrapers that sliced through thick animal hides like they were butter. Later, they developed advanced techniques like the Levallois method, where they prepared the core stone just right and popped off perfect flakes every time. It looks like modern precision engineering, but they did it with bare hands and brains. Fire changed everything, probably controlled somewhere between 1 and 2 million years ago. Suddenly, they could cook meat properly, which made it easier to digest, gave way more energy, and literally helped grow bigger, smarter brains. No more chewing raw, bloody shit for hours like animals. They carried hot embers from camp to camp like it was the most precious thing in the world. They made bone needles to sew warm clothes, harpoons for fishing, antler tools for everything else. Imagine inventing the very first knife while a pack of lions is staring you down. Fuck this dull rock, I need it sharp right now or we all die tonight. Socially, they kept it tight and smart. Most groups were small bands of 15 to 40 people, basically big extended families who knew every single person inside and out. No kings, no corporations, no middle managers, just the best hunters, the wise elders, and everyone contributing what they could. Kids didn't go to school, they learned by watching and doing. Run around, explore, help gather, learn what plants kill you and which ones save you. No homework, just the real homework of not getting eaten before sunset. Sex was definitely happening, a lot. We find fertility symbols all over the place, like the famous Venus figurines carved 20 to 30,000 years ago. These curvy little statues of women with big hips and breasts. Some experts say it was goddess worship, others call it straight ancient porn. Doesn't matter. The point is, humans were humans, making more humans and keeping the species pushing forward through the cold. And the art? Holy shit, it still hits different. Cave paintings from 40,000 years ago or even older show bulls and horses so realistic you almost expect them to jump off the wall and charge. Hand stencils where they blew pigment around their hands, leaving these ghostly marks. Abstract lines scratched with red ochre going back 73,000 years. They made bone flutes and played music around the fire. Jewelry from mammoth ivory beads. One burial site had 3,000 beads sewn onto one man's clothes. They respected their dead, buried them with care, probably told stories, and had some kind of spiritual beliefs or shaman stuff. Picture this: night falls, the fire is crackling, everyone's full from the hunt, stories are being told. Laughs echo off the cave walls while the Ice Age wind screams outside. They felt real human emotions: love, fear, grief, joy. They weren't just surviving, they were living. Of course, it wasn't all glory and feasts. Life was brutal as hell. Childbirth was incredibly dangerous for the women. One bad hunting injury, and you might be out of action for good. If you got too old or too injured to keep up with the mobile group, sometimes the hard decision was made to leave you behind because the band had to keep moving to follow the herds. It sounds cruel today, but that mindset is what kept humanity alive through thousands of generations of ice and scarcity. Winters were no joke. Freezing your balls off, huddling in those mammoth bone huts hoping the insulation holds. They migrated hundreds of miles following the animals, adapting to crazy climate shifts like absolute champions. Their diet was super varied, which actually kept them pretty healthy. No diabetes from constant grain mush like later farmers. Just real food, hunted and gathered fresh every day. So after all that, what the hell does any of this mean for you sitting here in your warm room with electricity and snacks? These so-called cavemen weren't dumb brutes banging rocks together. They were incredibly tough, clever, creative, and resilient motherfuckers who figured out how to conquer the world with nothing but stone and willpower. They built the foundation for tools, art, society, cooperation, everything we take for granted now. Without their non-stop grind through glaciers, predators, and starvation, there is no you, no me, no modern world at all. Next time you're stressed about some stupid email or sitting in traffic, remember, your ancestors charged at woolly mammoths with pointy sticks and won. They adapted or died. So get after it, stop complaining, and start building your own version of their tools for whatever bullshit life throws at you today. All right, tell me in the comments right now. What caveman skill do you wish you had the most? The spear-throwing accuracy, the fire-making magic, the unbreakable mindset, or just the ability to walk 20 miles without bitching? Be honest. If this video fired you up even a little bit, smash that like button hard, subscribe for more raw history that doesn't sugarcoat shit, and share it with your friends so we can make this thing blow up. These legends survived the impossible so we could have it easier. The least we can do is honor them by living a little harder ourselves. This has been your 10-minute trip back to the real beginning. Peace out, everybody. Or like they would say, ugh. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay savage. This clocks in right around 10 minutes when spoken at a natural, energetic pace of about 145 words per minute, with pauses for emphasis, laughs, and dramatic effect. Perfect for voiceover or TTS.